Well, we have roped in studio our very own meteorologist here at the SABC Mduduzi Mthembu, just to unpack the heat wave phenomenon that most parts of the country are experiencing this weekend. Mdu, a very good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for your time. So essentially, we understand now that there are warnings for specifically the KwaZulu-Natal as well as Gauteng provinces. But where else can we expect, this heat wave? And importantly, just how high are we talking about here?
Okay, the heat wave is actually over the central and eastern provinces of the country, meaning the Free State, Northwest, Gauteng, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, KwaZulu-Natal, and the interior of the Eastern Cape province. In KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga and Gauteng, we're expecting these conditions to persist up until tomorrow on Sunday. And then the other provinces, these conditions will even persist into Monday.
So, already there's so many disaster management teams that are on standby. We've heard from the Johannesburg Emergency Services advising people to take precaution. But what do we do, in a time like this? What do people do, just to stay safe, especially if you consider that some areas don't actually have water, to keep hydrated?
Yeah, in fact, water is the main thing that people need to do. Drink lots and lots of water, even though there is shortages of water. But it is important to remain hydrated. Also, seek shade and also avoid strenuous activities like sports and other activities that you may be doing outside. So seek shelter, avoid strenuous activities, and drink lots and lots of water. And also avoid being in direct sunlight, because that also contributes to high temperatures.
So, of course, you're saying that some of this heat wave is likely to last until Sunday. But what can we attribute this to? Because, oftentimes we talk about these trends being very much linked to climate change. Is there something else here, as far as trends are concerned, that we can, consider?
Well, you cannot pinpoint one event to climate change directly. But we have noticed in the past couple of years that the temperature has been warming, and also this also results in the temperatures being this hot. But as you also know, that we are at this time of the year, which is the warmer season in the country. Therefore, we can expect heat wave conditions. And in fact, in the seasonal forecast, we're expecting above normal temperatures in many areas of the country, meaning that we will see days of very hot conditions like we are currently seeing, and these conditions are expected to persist in some provinces up until Monday. So directly, you cannot say this is climate change, but the trend is towards the warming. We have seen warming happening globally. It's not just here in South Africa. The temperature of the earth is rising, and therefore we can expect lots and lots of heat wave conditions in many parts of the world.
We know that this obviously is a forecast, and oftentimes we see that some provinces may not necessarily be experiencing extreme weather conditions, but some may. But what provinces are you particularly worried about?
In terms of the heat wave, the Northwest is one of the provinces that can see temperatures reaching above 40 degrees. In Mpumalanga as well, the low field of Mpumalanga and Limpopo and Skukuza, temperatures can go up to 42 degrees at times. But then even in other provinces where the temperatures are not supposed to be that hot, but like the Free State and the Eastern Cape, temperatures in areas there reaching 38 degrees in Gauteng and Limpopo there for today. But in KwaZulu-Natal, it's only the western parts where we're expecting the temperatures to be very hot. Along the coastal provinces of the country, temperatures don't really go high because of the ocean. But over the central interior, at this time of the year, which is the beginning of the warmer season, we can expect temperatures to be very, very hot in many areas.
You mentioned the Northwest province, a province that probably has seen a lot of farmers experiencing drought conditions and a lot of fires as well as the Free State. Any signs that could also be a possibility in terms of the Northwest province and other inland provinces in terms of veld fires?
You'd remember that we haven't really reached the rainy part of the year. So the ground is very dry, meaning there is vegetation that can catch fire. Then on top of that, it is also very hot, meaning that it contributes to the possibility of development of veld fires. And then in those areas where it has been drought, it means that there is lots and lots of vegetation which is dry, and it can actually easily result in runaway fires in those parts of the country.
Well, we certainly don't hope that happens. Mdu, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. All right, of course, that was our very own Mduduzi Mthembu there. Just again, just giving context around this heat wave that is expected to hit the country until at least a Sunday going into next week. In fact, it has already begun, I can tell you, right here in Gauteng.